Guys, we have Team Chaser coverage as we are in what is now the fourth day of the troubles with NJ Transit. Alex, got you on the ground where potentially the new North Brunswick train station may go. But I want to start with you, Sibile. What is going on? Holiday schedule, what a nightmare.
As President Trump pushes a $1 trillion infrastructure bill, I'm trying to fix the problems at NJ Transit. It is unacceptable for commuters to have to take their life into their own hands every time they step onto a train at rush hour that they pay to get them to work on time. A woman died in Hoboken last year after an NJ Transit crash. Also, on Monday, 5 people were injured when the train derailed.
So you were on that train that derailed?
I was, yes.
So what was that experience like? How did it go down?
It was pretty scary. It was like you were on a very scary amusement ride, and it was a lot of noise, tremendous amount of shaking, and all of us kind of were looking around at each other, and we all realized that it was something much more serious than we wanted. So
Governor Christie lays the blame squarely on Amtrak. He's actually written a letter to Amtrak's chairman in which he's asked specifically for NJ Transit to withhold payments and not give them a cent until independent investigation is done of Amtrak's Northeast corridor to make sure it's in a state of good repair. Governor Christie has also asked New Jersey Transit senior officials to appear at stations to help commuters as they're dealing with this giant mess. I headed to the Secaucus train station, stood on the platform, showed commuters a picture of the head of NJ Transit, Steve Santoro, and asked them, what would you like to say to him?
I don't know why it's taking all these days, you know, and we're getting to work late, and I don't understand how this happened like two weeks in a row.
So if you were face to face with him, what would you say to him?
Fix it. Please fix it.
You got to do a better job. You can try harder.
Do you think he deserves the job?
No, not at all.
Get your crew together and figure out what's going on, and fix it. I mean, that's the end of the day, fix it.
I then spoke to My9 VP and station manager Dianne Doctor to get her thoughts on New Jersey Transit's management.
I don't think I could say it on television. NJ Transit's management is sort of an oxymoron. There is no management, or at least there's been no serious management of NJ Transit. Until this latest crisis, the last few days, I think they've just been perfectly content to let this thing just sail into oblivion.
Alex, you're on the ground in North Brunswick, the site of what may be another train station. What do you got?
Yeah, Bill, as Amtrak and NJ Transit squabble over who's to blame for the derailment on Monday, the adults have to step in. That's the Federal Railroad Administration, and they're providing the investigators who will find out why an NJ Transit train derailed at New York's Penn Station, knocking out a switch that means 8 of the 21 tracks are no longer usable. The Federal Railroad Administration is also responsible for the future or potential future of the Northeast Corridor line, which runs from Washington, D.C. to Boston with the NEC Future Project. Let me show you the future, Bill, or what could be the future. Improvements all up and down the tracks that could speed up commuting times, let you go from New York City to Washington, D.C. in 1 hour 40 minutes, and make new tunnels under the Hudson River. Now, the Federal Railroad Administration in December made a recommendation, their preferred option for Northeast Corridor improvements. They were looking at 3. One of them included what was called a second spine, a new Northeast Corridor paralleling the existing one all up and down the eastern seaboard. If that one had been accepted, currently there are 21 trains per hour going into New York City via regional rail. Would have expanded that to 54 trains per hour, a huge increase in ability for commuters to get there. The one that the Federal Railroad Administration is recommending would increase it, actually double to 42 trains per hour. At the peak, they decided that a second spine was not worth its cost. Now, for perspective on all this that's going on, the past, present, and future of the Northeast Corridor, I talked to Martin Robbins, a former Deputy Executive Director of NJ Transit and founder of the Voorhees Transportation Center at Rutgers. He was one of the champions of the ARC Tunnel, the access to the Regent's Court Tunnel that Governor Christie shut down in 2010. He shut down the project to grab the money to fix a state budget hole and not raise the gas tax. Marty says that was a mistake.
If the ARC Tunnel had been built, it would have given New Jersey Transit a completely alternative route. As the trains came out of the ARC Tunnel, they would have bypassed this particular area that was affected.
I asked him, who's to blame in all this?
They have made the operating budget totally unstable,
And New Jersey Transit has several times been ordered, after saying that they had a deficit in their budget, being told by Governor Christie, go fix it.
What's so frustrating about this is you've got right and left both completely missing the mark. They may not get the Gateway Tunnel project, but the point is that the Gateway Tunnel project, the ARC project, all of these little things have nothing to do with the overall safety of commuters. Nobody's come up with a comprehensive plan yet. It's disgusting. If this is their best, they all should be fired.
The tunnel absolutely would improve commuter safety, because if those two tunnels that are over 100 years old fail right now, you think this train derailment was bad? That would mean complete disaster for the whole Northeast corridor. We need that tunnel.
Now, earlier today, the CEO of Amtrak told reporters that the cause of the derailment was a weakened wooden railroad tie that Amtrak had known about for some time and was planning to fix this year. He said that Amtrak did not know how critical the situation was, or else they would have addressed it sooner. The Federal Railroad Administration, they say they're, quote, concerned about these derailments and are bringing Amtrak and NJ Transit together to find out what's going on. That includes an inspection of all the track infrastructure at Penn Station. We're going to keep following this story. Tweet me at Chasing Dianne, Sibile at Chasing Sibile, and the show at Chasing News.